trusted. Gonna get right into it because I'm tired of Devin Haney slander and people trying to categorize him and stuff like that off of a cheating loss, off a cheated loss. Like, I don't give a fuck about no footage. None of that what you said Devin Haney is, Jane. This message is to Bruce motherfucking Vane YouTube channel. Just got to watching this shit. Like, he's very knowledgeable. I agree with 99% of everything that he say, but Devin Haney and everything that he say about him, because it's just you can't be factual with. He ain't got no loss. You can't lose anything. Ryan Garcia should be in jail, truthfully, or dead somewhere from getting my get back, from trying to attempt to murder me. You know what I'm saying? And then the boxing world saying he's weak and all this and that. No, you niggas weak. Because you niggas fake and you niggas lame. Because if it would happen to y'all be the same way like Devin. Y'all, even though people ain't never sued in boxing, they want to. They just care about what people think. Devin didn't care. You know what I'm saying? I would have sued him. I'm one of the realest niggas that I know ever walked on this earth. You know what I'm saying? I would have sued him. I wouldn't have took it back. Because at first Ryan Garcia didn't want the rematch. It was after, he got caught and was blaming everybody and couldn't find no way out. That's when he accepted the rematch, because he knew he was wrong. And we all know he was wrong, because how you fight at a higher weight class is smaller than you was in a bigger weight class. I always say that. You know what I'm saying? And Bruce Vane talking all this shit, and Devin Haney ain't got no footwork and all. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. You can't categorize Devin Haney as nothing other than great. I don't care what you say, man. That man is him.
Yeah, you can't make this stuff up. This video was going to go totally left. Matter of fact, I've already made a video about you, homeboy. And it wasn't nothing pretty, it wasn't nothing nice. It was factual. And at the end of the day, I described what you was acting like, a female. And I also told you, since you telling people to shut the fuck up and that you box, me and you can go put that work in. You can hit my inbox and me and you can get it on and we can settle it that way. And I promise you, in the end, you gonna see it my way. See, but that's that old cocky, aggressive, I ain't taking no shit off no punk ass motherfucker, blase split. That's before I actually watched your video, and I watched your video. And I could clearly see that you really not an asshole, that you seem to be somewhat of a good guy. You passionate. And I understand that. But at the same time, you got a lot of feminine energy coming off you, bruh. And I'm going to tell you why, because if you knew who you just made a video about, you would sink in your seat. Real talk. I understand the stuff that you talk about with Devin Haney and him being cheated and stuff like that. I've talked about it. Obviously, you never seen my videos on that, because if you seen my videos on that, I guarantee that you will agree and you will like the videos. I guarantee. Now, it's a few things that you said in my comment section that stood out to me. At first, you talking all this stuff and being aggressive, all that. But at the same time, you said something. You like, bruh, I watch all your videos. And I'm like, okay. First, I said, if you watch all my videos and yet you saying I'm full of this and I'm full of that, and I look at your comments and you seem to be disagreeing with me all the time, why would you watch all my videos when clearly you have a problem with me? Like, I don't understand. Then I watch your video and then you say, I agree with 99% of what he say. I just don't agree with him about Devin Haney. Do you not know that that's some female stuff, brother? Do you not know that real men don't agree on everything? That's one of the things that I teach over here. It's okay to disagree over here. Real men don't agree on everything. When real men agree on everything, somebody's being fake. That's just the truth. And if you can agree with me 99% of the time, that 1% will get you to destroy my entire character, then I don't want you listening to my stuff or even being a fan of my content, because I can never make you happy. You agree with 99%, but that 1% causes you to do this and make a video, and you telling me that's not emotional, brother? Let me tell you how emotional that is. If people knew the people that I watched behind closed doors, the content creators would be shocked that I watched them because they would probably think that I dislike them. It's a lot of people that probably think I dislike them and I'm actually a fan of their content. See, the difference with me is you don't have to agree with me to like you. Me and you can totally agree on the same subject. I'll still like your shit. I don't dislike you just because you don't agree or like who I like or have doubts or don't believe in them the same way that I do. I'm still a fan of your shit and I still watch your shit because I believe everybody has something valuable to offer. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has something valuable to offer. I use Bruce Lee's philosophy to the maximum. I take what apply and disregard the rest. I take what matches with me, what fits with me, and I disregard the rest. And I don't care who I learn from. They could be older than me, younger than me, bigger than me, smaller than me, richer than me, poorer than me. That's truthfully my biggest power. When it comes to gaining knowledge, I have no ego. A 13-year-old can sit down and teach me something. I'm not going to feel out of pocket. You want to know why? Because it's the beautiful thing about knowledge. You only have to feel and look dumb once. Once. And that's the learning curve that you pay for it. You know, you only have to be uneducated and don't know what you're talking about once. You only have to be in that ignorant seat one time. So go ahead and learn some stuff. But the point is to agree with somebody majority of the time and you're mad because I just had a little critique. Not that I'm a hater, not that I dislike Devin, just because I had a little critique and I say I don't have enough data. You mad? If then it caused you to make a video, brother. If you're such a fan of Devin Haney like you are, do you know that Devin Haney could use you in defending some of all of this bullshit that he goes through? Instead, you wasted your time trying to attack somebody that supports him. Now, that's not only some feminine shit, that's some nigga shit. And you know it is, bro. You know everything that I'm saying to you is true. You know it. In your heart of hearts, you know it. You know I'm not being fake. You know I'm cutting straight to your soul with this. I'm being sincere. Out of all those, you talked about him being cheated and stuff like that. I looked on your page. Where was your videos about how the boxing world reacted to him being cheated? I got one. Do you got one? You ain't got one, but you got one about me. But I got one pertaining to the very subject in which you were complaining about. Oh, they cheated him and they ain't want to do nothing. And how y'all going to talk about him? And, you know, they against him. I agree with everything that you said. Everything. I even made a video about it. Where was your video? See, you didn't care enough that Devin Haney was being treated like that for you to upload a video on your own channel defending him or shooting that shit down or telling people where they was wrong at. You didn't have the energy for that, but you love Devin Haney so much. You didn't have the energy for that, but you had the energy to make a video about me. Somebody that defends, and not only do I defend him, I defend fighters in a way that don't get covered on YouTube. Seriously, I do. I'm not saying people don't cover it. I cover it, but I give it the proper sting. I give it the proper intellect, and I give it the proper verbiage and energy that it deserves. That's why I say I'm the boxing fans' voice. I know what y'all want to hear. I know what y'all saying to yourself at home. It's just a lot of people on the internet just don't say it for some reason. I don't know why. I really don't. But I make sure that I do. And then you spring up, like I said, until Devin Haney won, I have never seen you. And with the way you talking, you would have landed on my radar, which lets me know you wasn't around nowhere near on this channel when I was supporting him and making video. Dude, just go down the timeline. You don't have to go far. You've even skipped the video supporting Devin Haney to talk shit about how I dislike Devin Haney. How that makes sense? But don't worry, because this ties into the bigger theme of all things. This is why I talk about social engineering. Yes, you are on that U.S. government plan nigga program. Yeah, where you have more energy for somebody that look like you than versus the people in the street. Don't worry, the Mexicans got the same problem. This Eurocentric rule has got us all messed up. But it's those who are woke and those who are asleep and those who want to stay asleep. And I have to say, as a passionate as a Devin Haney fan that you are, for you to make a video about boxing and to make it about me defending Devin Haney? Really? Bro, you stupid, bro. And then, you know what's crazy to me? Because I see it all the time and they even bring them up on my channel. I know for a fact that Southpaw hate the living shit out of Devin Haney. I know that for a fact. And some people say, well, why don't you say nothing about Southpaw? It's not that I don't see what Southpaw is doing, but they put me in a position where I can't say shit because he had a personal verbal exchange. So his problem with him is strictly coming from an argument, I guess, that he got into it with Devin Haney and Bill Haney, I guess. So it's no wonder it's personal. Like we all know it's personal. I don't take the channel serious. I look at it like a comedy thing. Like he's really not boxing. He's more like comedy. You know what I'm saying? But in bringing him up, I would think if you was to talk about somebody who trashes Devin Haney, him, Fanny Nanny, and a couple of other people should have been the first people on your list, and you should have videos on them. Guess what, people? Guess what? This man don't got a video on none of them, but he got a video on fucking Bruce.
That man ain't never ducked nothing. He caught everything out. Shakur scared of him, and Tank scared of him.
Once again, he's not saying nothing that I haven't told you guys. I was the first person that told you that Shakur Stevenson is treading water. He really ain't trying to fight Tank Davis, that him and Tank is doing the same thing. Haven't I always said that? I think I have.
None of them boys want to get in that ring for him. He called all they bluff. None of them want to get in the mix with him. The niggas say everything, but let's fight.
Once again, I don't disagree. I fully agree. But then again, that's why we got videos on Ryan Garcia. That's why we got videos on Shakur Stevenson not trying to fight Devin Haney. That's why we got videos on Tank Davis not trying to fight Devin Haney. We got videos on all that. So all those things you mentioned are covered on this channel. All those things are covered. And not only that, it has the same sentiments that you have. But your problem is that I had a problem with Devin's inability to stop the left hook. And I didn't have enough data because of the last fight. And I've never particularly been a fan of his feet. This is nothing new. In the feet thing, I've been saying that from the very beginning. I ain't never got nobody bucking at me. I ain't never had nobody trying to correct me. Ain't nobody ever told me Devin Haney had beautiful footwork prior to this. Because I've been saying it this whole time. I would know because I would engage in a conversation with you. But the whole point of the story is this. With all that's being said, if you can agree with 99% of the stuff I say, don't you think it's okay if that 1% we don't agree with something? Don't you think that that's okay? Don't you think that you can let that go? Don't you think that that's not much of a big deal? You know, and we don't have to agree. That's the whole thing. Okay, so let's say you were right in everything that you said about me and Devin Haney, which you're not. Isn't that okay? Isn't that why we talk about boxing? You know, it should be okay if I side with another person because it's two fighters. Somebody got to pick the other guy. And I didn't even pick the other guy. I said, based off this data, I'm leaning towards this. But I told you the fight depends on Devin Haney. I didn't say the fight depends on Brian Norman Jr. I told you he had everything to win the fight. I gave you the Brian scenario, and then I gave you the Devin scenario when people thought Devin Haney was going to get knocked out and he didn't stand a chance. I got a video literally dispelling that. And I told them, don't get it twisted. Don't let this media get it twisted. Devin Haney has all the tools to beat him. The videos are there. You just didn't take the time. But you want to know what it really is? You guys are really just slap happy just to have a problem with another man. It's really nothing else, because for me to be in this situation, I couldn't have fathomed it. For somebody to say this or make a video like this, like I said, I couldn't have fathomed it. But all I can say is I could have used you guys, you know, when I was defending Devin Haney, but you guys wasn't nowhere around. He puts on a stellar performance and you guys are acting like the Guardians of the Galaxy. Talking about, no, he didn't do this. No, he didn't do that. This, no, he doubted. He this is that. So I can support a man, back him up, defend him. But if I have doubts, that got you mad? I'm done.
What it feel like to see the truth and still ignore it? Whether in denial or out of it is still important. I'm from where they sold men, secrets only told friends. Dusty church with old hymns, 24s and chrome rims, dirty south. Football jersey with that 5 on it. Skeletons in closets on a hanger, look alive, don't it? Look alive if you trying to survive. Head on a swivel, dribbling might be your ride. I'm trying to make it to a higher height. Square when it's time to fight. Pair up with the baddest one. Kona Dalton, Highland Heights, that pipeline. Way later I found Jigga in my lifetime. I'm catching up and still can't sleep at nighttime. So much going on inside my head, I should talk it out. I can never be no lame if God know my heart is sound. Hand closer to the flame until it spark a cloud. Why they never want to bite but they be barking loud. I'm really on it, really on it, really on it. Consequences getting real but we still be on it. Tell no lies, tell the truth, shame the devil. Tell no lies and tell the truth, shame the devil, yeah.